Ah, y'all are dorks. Yeah, if you know what I had to do to get this stream up, y'all be a little bit more sympathetic. But I can't multi-stream right now. I know some people use Twitch to watch me, but I actually can't multi-stream right now because I was forced to update OBS, and updating OBS basically made my plugin that allowed me to multi-stream incompatible. So I would have had to update the plugin, which I cannot do at the moment because I'm already 15 minutes late. So this is just gonna be a YouTube stream for now. Unfortunately, I think the Ko-fi thing is still fine. The Ko-fi plugin is still good. Fortunately, the multi-chat plugin is also still good. But yeah, at least the stream is up. But I had to go back to old configurations in order to get it to work. But yeah, I was in the middle of doing a gun smoke manually. Where's my headset? Honest revenge.
Dylan Dupere donated 5. Test.
Definitely working. Thanks for the $5, Dylan. I appreciate it. Yeah, it talks now. I added that a bit ago. My Nikita's not built. My Toledo's way more built than Nikita. Hey son, how's it going? Anyways, I was doing that for 3 hours. And yeah, Dylan, I know that Sabrina and Slow were the one getting dance boost damage amp. I was experimenting with Sabrina. And seeing if her counterattack damage was doing more. Would do more than Nikita, who again isn't built, while by Sabrina is nearly fully built. But since I ran out of time before the stream happened, that's what we're going with. Literally the counterattack damage, that's basically it. and just how my account was built. Because my Sabrina is not built. I'm not, sorry, my Nikita's not built. See, this one did fine right here, but the one on top, not great. We'll see how it goes tomorrow, I guess, if I want to try then. Do I even have enough to do today? I did not expect that to take so long. Hey, Intrinsic, how's it going? Oh, then you barely miss anything. Make NATO to his core. That's funny. Yeah, I'll also decided to take this week's Gunsmoke seriously, just so I can see how there are some people who actually really like Gunsmoke, and in order to form my own opinion, I just decided to go, you know what, let me take this week's Gunsmoke seriously and see how it's like. Just based on what I've seen today, or what I experienced today, I can see where the gameplay appeal is, but it is definitely soul crushing for sure. That's just the first day. Because there's a lot to take into account. And if you don't have a full roster, it sucks. Hey Recon, how's it going? Yeah, Recon, I know you like going on Twitch, but yeah, OBS is being retarded at the moment. So, we're doing a single stream right now on YouTube. Oh! That's actually a good thing. If your Twitch chat's not working. Perfect day. About to happen. Reverse dolls coming to this world is something we all truly look forward to. We might not be humans, but there are still many wonderful things to experience, even in this messed up world. And meeting you was the most wonderful thing I've experienced so far. I hope you'll carry on traveling with me from now on. I want to make this world that has a commander in a better place. Let me see if I can get Papasha up. Yeah, let's just go ahead and give her the ring as well. you talking about? I just paid for it. Commander, the one who shares the same beliefs as I, the one who can make me swear to protect him till the end. That is you, Commander. I'm so happy to know that. From now on, please allow me to continue being by your side to keep bringing you glory. This is my wish, Commander. Could you help me make it come true? Please tell me I haven't made a mistake. So we should. I think I have enough to get them both to 8. Want to say? But after these two, I definitely can't do any more for a while. Like, I am all out of funds. Sabrina eats a cookie. It's increased intimacy. It's not marriage. I'm not sure if there ever was marriage like in Girlfriend 1. It goes Frontline in the session. Look, man, apparently it's canon that this commander spends all of his money and time getting these damn rings anyways. You can use some wedding skins. I agree. I still want this take in the game, by the way. It's still best boy. The wedding skins be gotcha? Probably not. If anything, something like Helen's would be gotcha. But it's not. So it seems like to me they're going to be pretty picky choosy. I think they understand that the skin gacha is very unpopular. You want to put me in everything. When you put me in a cat girl outfit, don't put me in a Griffin uniform, that should make sense. Don't put me in a wedding dress. What's next? Bra and panties? Win. After my diet. We can talk about it then. A birthday suit. Heroes open to it? Well, if it's content, it's content. Sometimes you must do things in the name of content. Hero Covenant. We'll do Suomi first, and then we'll try to see if we can get Papasha to Affinity 8. If not, then we just won't be able to do everything with Papasha. With my empty mug in hand, I head over to the public area. While there's usually someone to help do this, coming outside by myself and taking a short break at the same time is also a form of recreation. I don't think I have for part 2. For part 1, yeah, for sure. I don't think part 2 yet, so we'll take care of that. It's rare that the public area is this quiet in the afternoon. The only sound in the hall is the rumbling of the Elmo as it drives on. I'm about to head over to the coffee machine, but to my surprise, I notice a familiar figure in the corner. Upon seeing her, I put my mug on the table and head over to say hi. Suomi. The person sitting there is none other than Suomi, who returned to the Elmo not long ago. The strange thing is that she doesn't respond to my greetings at all. Instead, she sits there, motionless. Suomi? I found it slightly strange, so I slowly approach towards her. One knows that Suomi is wearing her earphones, her head bobbing up and down every now and then. It is then that I realized that Suomi did not hear her own voice. After I see Suomi like this, I can't help but think of the past, when we were still in Griffin. Suomi had a unique preference in music, and would often play it loud in Springfield's cafe. Although she would turn it off without complaint when it was pointed out, her attitude would do a complete 180-degree turn when she met that person. I told you, don't play your shitty death metal in public! What do you mean shitty death metal? You... What's that mean? I'm gonna look up what it means. Oh, it means small Russian. It's derogative, but it means small Russian. I like how they talked about it in Ghost Frontline 2. This on the Reddit. Like, hey, what does this mean? You Pico Risa? Wanna say that again, Blot? Bliat? It sounds like you're saying biatch. Hold on, let me see. Liat is a versatile and highly vulgar Russian expletive, similar in function to the English fuck, used to express strong emotions in anger, frustration, or even surprise. Holy shit. That's enough, both of you! You're gonna tear the cafe apart! Huh? The memories of the past forced a chuckle out of me, and I startled Suomi, who was right beside me. Panicked, she removes her earphones and turns in her chair. Upon realizing I stand behind her, an uneasy look crosses her face. Commander! Relax, I'm just here for coffee. I smile, then pull up a chair and sit down beside Suomi. At the same time, I place a piping hot cup of coffee on the table. I see. Thank you for all your hard work. You too. Speaking of which, have you been listening to music over your earphones? If I'm not wrong, you used to play it loud in the past. Huh? Well, why did you still remember things from so long ago? The moment she says that, a strange look crosses Suomi's face and she lowers her head, like she has done something wrong. I, on the other hand, do not think there's anything wrong with it. Instead, I take note of Suomi's expressions and speak kindly to her. What's going on? I'm sorry, Commander. I treated Griffin as something from okay. Weird sentence structure, but I treated Griffin as something from a long time ago. I see. It's okay. Don't let it get to you. I don't mind. And besides, 10 years is a little too long to wait unless you're an elf from a fantasy novel. I don't think Commander is of Russian ethnicity, but is born in Russia. Yeah, at that point, I would say it depends on the player. Yeah, it's entirely up to the player. Because he looks generic enough that you don't have to say that he looks Asian. It's a creation of Tunisia, and also with his parents being dead, you can pretty much make him whatever ethnicity you want. Yeah, about your question just now, I learned a lot from the dog community, including how to take responsibility and take care of others. Everyone works hard to survive, each and every day, so I can't disturb their rest. And besides, being too loud might attract unknown dangers. I can't help but look at Suomi. Never would I imagine someone like her would actually care about how others perceived her heavy metal music. Suomi notices my gaze and squeezes the earphones in her hand before laughing in embarrassment. In the past, there was a time when I was exploring with Big Sis Ulrich. We found a small settlement that had been destroyed by the Vaegers, and pretty much everything of use had been carried away. However, we found some CDs and the like, which have been left behind. Humanian. That day when we were resting back at our camp, someone played those CDs to try and help us rest. In the end, the noise attracted the Voyagers who had doubled back along their path, and that was all after we had gone to such lengths to avoid them. I listened attentively to Suomi's story and can't help but think that she must have had a hard life. However, I can also sense that Suomi enjoyed her experiences. Look at the pout face. Yeah, I thought the same thing too. It was like, wow, she found CDs. Looks like you don't exactly hate this kind of life. Suomi smiles shyly. Well, yes, it's really tough, but being able to build a little place that can hold me and all my friends made me very happy. Even in the post-apocalypse, Amazon is still trucking. At the very least, it's better than worrying about which of my friends is going to go down each day. Suomi's voice grows very solemn at this point, and her mood cools down as well. After all, things aren't like before, when we lived in heaven under your protection. I scratch my face, a little ill at ease. Calling it heaven seems a little exaggerated. Nope, it's not exaggerated at all. Suomi raises her head, a serious expression on her face. Jeff Bezos. It's only when those days were gone that we realized how precious they were. Made in heaven, eh? So even if we had to go up against some crazy opponents every now and then, that's okay. Only we dolls who experienced it before will know. Suomi pauses, then turns back and looks me straight in the eyes. They know just how lucky we were to be able to live with you on watching over them, Commander. In the past, with you and Griffin taking care of us, we were practically nothing. We knew practically nothing about the outside world. Which is why now, more than ever, I want to be able to help you out. Suomi. My heart aches and I feel a twinge of guilt. I'm sorry. Don't! Pout face. Commander, don't apologize. I'm not blaming you or complaining about anything. Suomi frantically clamps her hand over my mouth. Then she realizes that it's probably very rude to do that and pulls her hand back. I know that, I know. I know I'm not as amazing as Miss Lee or Miss Carr. Huh. Throwback names. Not to say the AR team are Team Defy. But even so, I just know how great you are, Commander. I look at her in surprise. After all, calling me great is probably an exaggeration. It's not. But before I can speak, Suomi continues with an earnest look on her face. We would never have had good memories in the first place without you. Even in Griffin, the base where you were treated dolls differently than the bases where you weren't. This is actually completely true. This isn't specifically mentioned in Ghost Frontline 1 yet, but the commander is the reason why Griffin changed. Overall. He was the only commander that actually treated the doll as humans, or as equals at the very least. The other commanders in Griffin were not like that. They still treated them as just robots. So I believe that all the dolls who once served under you, and not just me, we all feel the same way about you. I pick up my coffee and take a warm sip. Thank you. I should be one thanking you. Not only did you give me a beautiful dream, even appear before me again. As long as I have you, I have the feeling that I won't have to worry about anything. Alright, that's enough. Eating more, you'll make me blush. I laughed helplessly. Hellion was pretty close, yeah. But Hellion... The thing about Hellion is that I wholeheartedly believe both Hellion and Kalina, and even Kruger for that matter, they had the same feelings as the commander, but they weren't the ones who were ballsy enough to actually make those changes. And they were significantly more hands-off, besides Kalina. Kalina was very hands-on. But Kalina was only a logistics officer, she wasn't actually a commander. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll be heading back. I have unfinished work. Okay. I stand up and grab my cup before before turning to leave the dorms. Commander. Whether it's in Griffin or the Elmo, they're both important to me as long as you're by my side. Right. Me too, Swami. I nodded and turned to leave the dorm. Meanwhile, Swami stayed behind, holding her face in her hands and bending down, as though her head were radiating heat. I got carried away by the moon in the air, and I ended up speaking my mind. That was really wholesome, not gonna lie. She just laid it on, super thick. How many commanders were left even after polarizing light? Got polarized light? I know a lot of commanders died actually trying to save Kruger. And a fair amount of commanders also got murked during the joint operation too. I'm pretty sure at this point, at the polarized light, it was really just a commander doing shit. Especially after Carter's attack, where they basically destroyed Griffin. I'm pretty sure there was nothing left. Only the commander remained as a commander. What's after PL? Literally, it's just when Kruger returned, there was a report that stated that the commanders got Kruger out of jail, and a lot of them died doing so. Let me double check that actually. Yeah, it would be in dual randomness. Let me check. Good looking. Yeah, I just found it. Alright, I'll put it in chat. That's what it says exactly. And that's the only thing that's in there regarding other commanders. A lot of them died trying to rescue Kruger. I'm pretty sure other commanders still exist, but they're probably like rookie commanders at this point. Or at that point. And then once the URNC came in place, they downsized Griffin, and probably all the commanders quit. Besides Hellion. That's assuming they even survived after the KCCO bombed Griffin. He got promoted to civilian. Or promoted to dead. One of those two. Okay. The ammo proceeds evenly along its assigned course. I pick up my cup and take a sip of bitter coffee. My coffee's not bitter. There's nothing which needs to be manually operated at the moment. Mainlink is bustling back and forth, seemingly preparing for later work. Meanwhile, Rosa is organizing the details of our recent missions. Commander! Commander! Are you there? What's the matter, Kofi? Suomi's outside, you know. She looks like she's agonizing over whether or not to come in and talk to you. Suomi looking for me? And she has this super serious look on her face. Looks like she's not planning to ask you out on a date. Don't joke around, just bring her inside. Whole Springfield Nick. Kolfing replies in the affirmative, then heads out of the ops room. Shortly afterward, she returns with a vexed-looking Suomi, then leaves with a cheeky smile on her face, leaving Suomi to flounder around helplessly on the spot. Something matter, Suomi? It's like this, Commander. I'd like to apply for short leave at the next settlement. It's for a mission to collect supplies. Collect supplies? I freeze up for a moment, then turn to look at Groza. Groza also seems lost and gently shakes her head. I don't think there's a need for that, right? Mainly, do we have any supply shortfalls recently? Nope. In fact, we've been really well off recently, which is a rarity. The stuff we got earlier would last us a good long time. Huh? Rich? I just thought I should prepare ahead of time. If I only start thinking about the ace of a solution when we run low on the resources, then wouldn't it mean I'd be too late if an emergency happened? You think so too, right, Commander? Yep, what you say has a point. But we don't have any suitable supply points nearby, right? I've already checked. There's one on our planned route. There's a settlement that's going to host a fair soon. We can go there. I check the map and find that there really is a small town along our path. Looks like you do your research. But of course. So, what did you want to buy? Tommy's face turns red, like I've seen through her immediately. Then she wrings her hands shyly. Beside me, Groza smiles. The look on her face says, "Leave the place to me." So I take Suomi by the hand and lead her out of the ops room. Can you tell me now? Is there somewhere you want to go? I just can't keep eating from you, Commander. Suomi shyly scratches her head. Actually, I want to buy CDs. CDs? I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, actually, it's like this. In the past, when I was still in the dog community, everyone had a hard time building up assets and possessions because resources were scarce. I was the same way too, so I didn't have much funds to use on my hobbies. But I'm not complaining about it though. After all, just keeping the minimum number of dolls running normally to keep us going was challenging enough. And then, that is to say, after I arrived on the elbow, thanks to your help, I managed to save up a bit of money. How should I put this? Now that I'm in a safe, warm environment, I found myself wanting more. Swimming face turns visibly redder. During the welcome party earlier, everyone gave me a new CD player, right? It's not often that I receive gifts from everyone, and I don't want to have to keep going back and forth between CDs. Oh, I get it. I nod. Understood. Let's stop outside the settlement for a bit then. I'm approving your request. Wow, thank you, Commander. Although I have a request, or more accurately, a condition. Eh? What kind of condition is it? I grinned to smile warmly at her. I'm going with you. Ooh. Memo stops near the town, as planned. Mainly takes advantage of this to bring the dolls with her to begin a vehicle inspection. I nod. What kind of condition is that? But just one condition. I nod. Meanwhile, I and Suomi take a jeep to a nearby town. Commander! Over here! Over here! Ah, coming. Just as we come to a halt, Suomi jumps out of the vehicle. He seems really happy about this rare excursion and the chance to buy a new CD. Due to her programming, Kiki. Die, Russian! Die, you hot, sexy Russian! I shrug and smile, then fall behind her. Seeing her hop, skip, and jump lifts my spirits. This is a settlement that was built on the ruins of a city. It's not far from the purification works area, and the radiation intensity isn't very I'm pretty sure that's meant to say very high. Intensity isn't very high. From time to time, we can even see the bodyguards hired to ensure this region's security. After the brief exchange, we officially enter the open-air market area of the settlement. It looks kind of run down and Spartan because it's looking more than a stall built on old ruins. But when I think about how we were in the Yellow Zone now, it actually seems quite decadent. Wow, aren't there too many stores here? Suomi, who has stayed in the Yellow Zone for a long time, fully understands these difficulties and sighs from the bottom of her heart. This town sure is in a good location. Radiation intensity is low. It was built on the city's ruins. So there are even some basic facilities to which they could use. With the fault in her programming. A lot of bounty hunters are people who have to travel to and from the Yellow Zones for work often stop over here to top up their supplies. And some underground brokers even restock their goods here. That's why it's lively in a way that doesn't suit the Yellow Zones. I see. What is a shame. No matter how much traffic it gives, the Yellow Zone is still the Yellow Zone. If only everyone could live in the Green Zone, in a place with a stable environment, that would be nice. A lot of choices are out of our control. Also, even if the times now are peaceful, not all places are equally peaceful. I pass Suomi's drooped head and sigh before scanning the simple shop fronts around us. Doesn't this seem like there are any CD stalls around here, though? But in today's world, art and beauty are luxuries for these people who are eking out and living on the border of the Yellow and Green Zones. What's the new event on CN? DP12. And it's a major event. That is also the reason why most of the wares here are related to survival. It's alright. Music is an indispensable creation for mankind throughout history. I believe someone will notice eventually. Then let's take a walk. We got a long time today. We hit it off right away and walked down the street, side by side. Although Suomi's spirits seem a little damped by the topic which came up just now, it doesn't seem to affect her enthusiasm as we walk, and she even grabs my hand. We stop and start, and it seems as though we've visited every single store in our path. No matter what we see, she praises it like it's a rare treasure. Mander, those are biscuits! Did you roast this yourself? To think you do it in a place like this. Pretty decadent, I have to say. We should kiss everyone on the Elmo? Sounds like a good idea to me. Let's take our time and pick well. We passed a handicraft store just now. We can go there and take a look. Let's check it out on the way back. Otherwise, we'll be stuck hauling bags around while we shop. Will do. We chat and laugh as we continue strolling down the street. Just then, I spot an antique store around the corner. Suomi, shall we go there and take a look? Antique stores like that sometimes sell old CDs. Papasha won't get a gift. Fortunate Son is playing. Yeah, I think so too. You're right. We might be able to pick up a bargain too. I grab Suomi's hand and we enter the antique store. Behind the counter, a young man in a vest is sitting in front of a table. He has a controller in hand and is playing a game on a console before him. Is it Smash Brothers? I bet it's Smash Brothers. Oh, son, did you mean the, current event? Yeah, that one's shutting down soon, in a couple of days. 2 days from now? I walk up to the counter and let me clear my throat before calling out to him. Hi. If there's anything you like, bring it over and I'll tell you the price. I lost track after the drama. These Smash dolls. Yeah, son, that event was actually really good. If you are interested in seeing the read-through. Stafford doesn't even look at me. His eyes are fixed on the screen as he speaks in a detached tone of voice. Excuse me, but do you sell old CDs here? There's a basket on the side of the second rack in the front. Thank you. The Stafford's cold and rude nature doesn't bother me as I take Suomi in search of the CD basket. Said basket is neither too big nor too small and has several dozen old CDs inside it. They are visibly aged and most of their cardboard boxes are crumpled while some of them have been completely torn up. There's no way to tell what they are without putting them into a player. There are also some CDs casually tossed in here which don't even have a proper jewel case, just some cheap thin plastic sleeves. Suomi wants to read the data herself, but I stop her. I have my doubts about the safety of these discs. It would be bad if they contained a virus. CDs having... Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, I get it. Want to go out and walk for a little while longer and see if there are any other shops around? No, there's no need for that. All this was because of my selfishness in the first place. How can I keep troubling you on my account, Commander? Woman takes out the CD player that everyone gave her. She's been carrying it everywhere ever since that day. Let's listen to it with this. Alright. I nod, and then take several intact-looking CDs out of their sleeves before handing them to Suomi. Suomi takes them from me and eyes them carefully. Her eyes gleam like those of a certain Lupine-themed doll. This is Park Life by Blur! This is a legend! I can't believe we actually found it here! Commander, am I dreaming? Of course not. Well, I don't understand too well. I'm just glad you like it. I'll help listen to the rest. I laugh and take the CD player from her, then begin checking the unidentified CDs. Should I say the result was everything I expected? Most of them are completely unreadable. Some of them can be listened to, but the quality is atrocious, and for all I know, it might be because the CD player is too old. The CDs themselves might have a problem, but whatever the case is, the noise in them is downright lethal. This one. It's certainly special. However, it seems gentler than the ones Suomi usually listens to. I glance over at Suomi, who's excitedly examining the CDs that caught her eye, and decide to check for myself. And so I put the headphones on and continue listening to the record. While I'm not too familiar with this style of music, for some reason it seems to grab onto my ears and it's hard to put it aside. After a glance at the read results from the CD player, I find that there are 12 songs on the CD. If they're all of this standard, then I go for it even if Suomi didn't like them. Suomi, come listen to this. Alright. Suomi, clueless in what's going on, simply takes the earphones from me. Then she listens quietly. As the song begins, her eyes gleam with surprise and delight, the brightest they have been all day. This is Nevermind! Is it famous? It's not just famous, it's pretty much started the whole new era of music, and that's being conservative. She carefully turns off the CD player, then gingerly takes it out, like she's afraid of getting the slightest scratch on it. And it's got all 12 songs on it. Not to mention not even on the internet can you find all of them. I smile as I see the delighted expression on Suomi's face. So, all of these? Yeah, they changed EP12 name from Helena to Helen. Because there's like 3 Helenas now. So they just took the A off of Helena's name. Because remember, or if you don't know, in fact, EP12's original name is Helena. And for some reason, I guess they forgot. And so now there's like 3 other Helenas. So they changed their name. Badly's mixtape. Okay. Suomi picks up the 5 CDs, hesitates briefly, then puts 2 of them back before running over to the checkout counter. Getting Springfield to V1 is actually super duper ultra worth it. It's their first breakpoint. V1 Springfield basically turns into the reason why water teams are so good. Hello, I want these. And these. Huh? Commander. Ring us up, please. NSYNC starts playing. Oh, I just realized Nevermind is a Nirvana album. Nice. Yeah. I noticed that too. I actually really like Nirvana myself. In fact, I think Suomi and I would be spirit animals. Because she's a rock junkie and I'm a rock junkie. So when she said Nevermind, like, oh, this is Nevermind, I was pretty sure that was a Nirvana. That's from Nirvana. Ah, alright. These will cost this much. Got it. I paid no attention to Suomi's opinion of the matter, and pay it immediately. Then take the 5 CDs and stuff them into my sling bag. Thank you, Commander. I'll pay you back for this. It's alright. I smile. It doesn't matter what I bought. The important thing is that you're here with me. Damn, Commander, that's smooth as fuck. Suomi looks up at me. She seems dazed for a moment. Then she quickly recalls those were the words she told me before. I watch as a red blush creeps up to her face. It looks as though steam is going to whistle out through the top of her head and ears. Commander, don't tease me like that. I laugh and pat her head, then smile. Just think of it as a reward for the effort you put in all this time. Not just on the Elmo, but also in the doll community, and all the things you have put up with for others' sake. Okay. Let's go. We still have quite a bit of time. Yep, let's go. Where should we go next, Commander? You know who else likes Nirvana? William. Oh yeah, I bet he does. After that, I take Suomi with me and he toured the town, sampling their specialty dishes, visiting an old clock tower, and then finally we return to that handicraft store Suomi mentioned, where we buy gifts for Groza, Mei Ling, and everyone on the Elmo before we start on the road back home. What have I done? It's contagious. Here we are now. Entertain us. I'm just stupid. Suomi skips slightly while holding her bags of things. Her elation is plain to see. I can tell that she's humming the song I heard earlier. Although she says nothing along the way, I'm smiling as I listen to her hum. It is only when we reach the Elmo that Suomi finally calms herself down, hands her purchase to Mei Ling, and takes the 5 CDs we bought from me. The Kurt Cobain POV. William listens to Nickelback. William just sings, look at this photograph. Go back and have a good rest. You must be tired after walking all day. Commander? Thank you. Thank you very much. Today has been the happiest day for me in the past 10 years. Damn, okay. Slow down, Suomi. It was just a shopping trip. A smile then passed Suomi's head again. That's good. Look at this, look at those big illumination. Oh, wrong one. Just saw that one. Yeah, Suomi's saying that's the happiest she's been in the past 10 years. I'm like, damn, okay. Was life that shitty? Or are you just that horny? It is nighttime and most of the lights on the Elmo have been turned off. I rub my eyes and yawn as I exit the ops room, having finished the day's work. Just as I'm about to head back to my bedroom, I notice something in the corner of the darkened corridor. Huh? Suomi? Uh-huh? Commander, have you finished your work? Yeah, I was about to go to sleep. Why were you sleeping at the door to the ops room? I wanted to ask you about a private matter, but you looked busy, so I felt bad about disturbing you. So I had to wait outside. What's the private matter? That's... here. Suomi hands over something that she's been hugging tightly. It's a thank you gift for last time. What's this? I take the present from her. It is a flat box that has been carefully wrapped and bare-boned. I can't tell what's inside it. Please open it up and take a look. With Suomi's permission, I open the box in front of her and take out this contents. This is a CD. It doesn't look like one of the 5 you bought last time. Did you buy a new one? No, you see, I recorded this one myself. At this point, Suomi's face turns red again. There are 11 songs in total. I picked ones which you might like, Commander. Huh? Ever since I came back last time, something's been bothering me. You've been so good to me, Commander. So, how should I pay you back? Don't worry. I'm sure if I asked you, you'd say, don't worry about it, am I right? Yeah. So I went to discuss this with Papasha. While we ended up arguing at first, she did her best to help me think. No, I did call her a piece of shit again. And then we thought this idea. Something that's not too expensive, which won't make you think I'm treating you poorly. And it was also filled with my good intentions so you could understand how I thought. I laugh at past Suomi's head. I like it. Thank you, Suomi. Do you want to listen to it now? Alright, I'll be happy to. Upon hearing me say that, a look of surprise crosses Suomi's face and she grabs my hand before pulling me over to the dorms. A CD player sits on one of the tables there. It has clearly been waiting for a long time. This is... Suomi, is there some kind of special occasion? No. It's just, I was just reminiscing about the past. Reminiscing about the past? You'll find out once you play the CD. Really confused and with no idea what Suomi was getting at, I had no choice but to load the CD, then press the play button. Then a familiar melody plays from the speakers, along with a pleasing and equally familiar voice. Suomi's voice flows into a song. The lyrics are simple and crisp, and they remind me of something. Today is not the first time I heard Suomi sing. Suomi's voice is pleasant, on par with that of a professional singer. Though it's been over a decade, I still remember that lovely night. I remembered everything that they prepared for me. Even though so long has passed, her voice is still as moving as ever. I take a seat. My eyes start to ache a little, and I find myself sniffling. Suomi notices this and hands me a napkin. Thank you. My voice turns a little nasally, and I use a tissue to wipe my eyes. As Suomi sees that I'm close to tears, the corners of her eyes redden as well. She rubs her eyes and begins speaking a little stiffly. Commander? I just want to say it again, but I really am very happy that I can meet you again. We'll make up all the time together twice over in the days to come. You don't owe me anything. I'm the one who owes you here. Miss Prescott equipped us dolls with the ability to cry. I'm sure I existed just for this moment, Commander. A tear falls from Suomi's eye, but she has a rare smile on her face. I'll never leave you again, Commander. Yeah, me too. Today isn't a special occasion, but as I look at Suomi, I gently stroke her face and wipe her tears away. What are a doll's tears made of anyway? Sounds nice. If you like it, your Suomi will stay with you from now on and sing for you. If a day comes when I can get you all by my side, let's sing it together again. I'm looking forward to that, Commander. Yeah, me too. And so we sit there, listening to the melodious tunes coming from the player while we sip tea and gaze at the pure moonlight outside the Elmo. Time seems to stop as we silently enjoy this perfect moment. I wonder what the song was. If it's a Nirvana song, I hope it's not Polly. Polly's a rough one. In Suomi's voice, like, Polly wants a cracker. Should've got off her first. Is Wonderwall? Maybe. But I didn't know Suomi was basically a professional singer. That make Diane jealous. Speaking of which, why do you sing so well, Suomi? Could it be that you were an idol or a band member like Bepley and the others? Don't tease me like that, Commander. I joined Griffin right after I was rolled out of the IHOP. Huh? So does that mean you're a natural? You're simply talented at singing? Perhaps. I do love music, and it's stuff like rock and roll and heavy metal, which most people have a hard time appreciating. I know, right? Could it be that I actually have great taste in music? Suomi seems a little smug, and I suddenly get the urge to tease her. That's nice, but maybe you should become a singer. Hell no! Only want to sing for the Commander! Huh? Well, I might not be able to share songs like I like with you. I can still sing just for you, you know? I see. Yep. I'll learn the songs you like so I can sing them for you too. So, what do you want to hear? Just tell me. You don't need to hold back, okay? Alright then, that CD just now. Was it Nevermind? Wow, you're truly a cultured individual, Commander. I wonder if I can grasp the essence of it. I guess I just got to sing it and see. Maybe I should listen to the original song, and there's a chance I'd like to host a music listening party on the Elmo and recommend it to everyone. Yeah, never mind. That's a bit too far in the future. I'm not sure if Yuhi can sing, actually. Yuhi can definitely dance, but I'm not sure if she can sing. Beppy can definitely do both, though. Commander, I learned a new song before I came here. Would you like to hear it? Sure. Lomi sits beside me and leans to my shoulder before quietly humming a familiar melody. I pick up a cup of tea, close my eyes, and decide to listen to her song. How nice. Vepley's talent is Vepley. Right, record 1. The Nido torture chair. A doll produced by IOP, hailing from the time of the old Griffin. When Griffin was restructured, she chose to leave it like several other dolls did. Since the agreement's terms prevented Suomi from following the commander, but she was not willing to trust other human employers easily, she eventually chose to eke out a lonely existence in the contaminated zones. Wrapped by wind-tossed leaves, when the nearly scrapped Suomi opened her eyes, she saw a familiar smiling face. At the recommendation of her former colleagues Litara, Suomi came to know Ulrid and the other ownerless dolls who followed her, and a new chapter began in her life. Suomi's fighting power and diligent attitude makes her a reliable senior to her fellows, and in order to live up to their expectations, Suomi has become more mature and come to truly understand the meaning of acceptance and coexistence. Perhaps it as Dusha Navia says, and that the goddess does bless her champions. Only all the hardships they experience are trials sent by fate. As Suomi waded through the wind and snow while out in search of supplies, she finally saw a familiar figure that occupied her thoughts again, and the tapestry of the doll community changed from that moment on. Yeah, Vepley actually is a good singer and dancer. She's just bad at everything else, besides shooting things now, I guess. Well, even at shooting things, she's actually bad at it. Or was bad at it. Yeah, Sharkry is actually amazing at both. The bad part is actually her charm. She's not as charming as Vepley. That's according to the Dusty Journal. So, Sharkry has the skill, like S-class skill, but she's not nearly as charming as Vepley. Why, to give her a shotgun? Probably because it's easier to aim with. And the way how dolls use shotgun is that they are effectively close quarters combats, which means you also had to be very evasive. Not evasive, but you had to be constantly moving, and so it probably fits well with Vepley. The only other thing that could have worked well with Vepley is I want to say UMP so badly, but no, it's a submachine gun. But then you had to aim, so probably not that. A sick joke by Suomi's designer led to her being rolled out with a sense of antipathy towards dolls who were imprinted to old Soviet weapons and old Soviet culture in general. Among them was Papasha, whose own imprinted weapon was very similar to Suomi's own, resulting in her receiving exceptionally harsh treatment. In the past, the two of them would pretty much bicker the moment they saw each other. That's interesting because, you know, Groza was a thing, and I don't think Groza ever got hostility from Suomi. Later on, Suomi's condition was greatly improved thanks to the commander's help, and she did not show too much adversity to Soviet-type dolls. After leaving Griffin and joining the doll community, Suomi would occasionally encounter dolls imprinted to Soviet weapons. Some of them were reliable comrades, while some had just fallen on hard times and needed a bit of help. What they all had in common was that they had to rely on each other to survive in the contaminated zones. In order to keep unity in the doll community strong, Suomi fought against the impulses of the neural cloud and keep from showing any hostility. However, as more peaceful experiences with Soviet-type dolls were entered into her neural cloud, Suomi's self-restraint soon became a form of self-censure. Since Suomi was not a bad person by nature and very practical, she began to realize her own biases, which caused a shift in her own base layer logic. In the end, she became immune to her instinctive hatred of Soviet dolls. Perhaps the day had come when she could get along peacefully with Papasha when she saw her. Maybe? Suomi has grown a lot after all her experiences. Sabrina knows the expert art of Za, dude. I mean, we're talking about the doll who ate a piece of Elid. She's not that smart. Suomi first arrived at the Elmo when she encountered a collapsed storm while performing a mission for the doll community. The fact Suomi was reunited with the commander when she was at the end of her rope made her feel that this was a fated encounter. It was science. And so she stayed by the commander's side. Upon seeing how well the commander and the dolls of the Elmo got along, Suomi could not help but think that the commander was exactly what the doll community needed. Surely the commander could single-handedly ease the pain the dolls felt by being betrayed and abandoned. Surely the dolls would be able to reach a brighter future by following the commander. Naturally, the commander did not disappoint Suomi. Upon learning that the dolls' community's hardships, the commander gave the order to aid them without any hesitation. The assistance from the Elmo helped save the dolls from a supply shortage for the time being. On the day she left the Elmo, she watched colorful bubbles filling the sky. Suomi told herself that someday she would introduce the commander to everyone in the community, and she was certain that the commander could bring even more miracles to them. You don't think Gordon Ramsay would not try to make a dish with? No. It probably tastes like shit. No, it definitely didn't. Racism can be cured, huh? Nice to know that. So, what Suomi experienced is actually very similar to what happens in real life. So, in times of war, if you're a soldier, you have to trust your comrades in order to make it through the day and nights. In fact, that was like a huge reason why, let's say it's a large step forward to not necessarily ending slavery, but getting closer to racial equality during the Civil War. It's missing the damn lamb sauce. It was raw. I always see Miss Suomi wearing earphones when she's off duty. What's she listening to? This is a story from when Suomi was still in the doll community. As a doll with plenty of battlefield experience, Suomi received much admiration and praise from her diligent defense of everyone in the community. But as a result, she felt like the commander had back in Griffin. It was only during her rest periods that she could enjoy her personal hobbies, and even then, she drew a lot of attention when she did so. In fact, she attracted silent attention from others even when she remained in the privacy of her own room. She fully understood that this was because of her juniors looked up to her and wanted to emulate her. Naturally, Suomi was grateful that for everyone's trust and concern. However, 10 years on her own had long since taught her that her hobbies were not easily understood by others, which meant it was hard to share them with others too. Damn, I know that feeling! I think we are spirit animals. Wait, I can't say that. Sia might kill me. This lasted until one day, when she found several junior dolls sneaking into her room after returning to the community following a successful mission. These innocent, pure-hearted girls simply wanted to know the mystery hidden within her headphone playlist. Suomi tried to stop them, but by the time she reached her room, the dolls were trembling numbly, shaken by her music. After that, Suomi's fame in the doll community grew even more. Her juniors all called her the messenger of hell, and they referred to her as the boss. Once we get to the Elmo, I'm pretty sure this word attention will be transferred to the commander. Before entering the doll community, Suomi spent quite a long time as a drifter. With her CV from basically her resume, with her resume from her Griffin days, she could have gone to a much better place. However, she declined reassignment and chose to make her own living as an independent doll. This was not because she was obsessed with her personal freedom. Rather, she simply did not trust any human employers who were not the commander. However, news from a friend of old helped change her perspective. It also made her believe even more firmly in the uniqueness of the commander. Perhaps she had already been looking forward to the moment she would meet the commander again. Are we back? Should be good. Just making sure, because I know that I got a message saying that my stream went down for a split second. Okay. What are you looking at, Suomi? It's nothing, Big Sis. I just thought I saw my commander. Suomi could not remember how many times such exchanges had occurred after she joined the doll community. Whenever they passed by a human settlement, Suomi would always go into a daze, imagining that she had seen an old friend just around the corner. And now she finally returned to the Elmo, but she did not express the 10 years worth of pent-up emotion filling her heart. The most important thing is being at the commander's side. Yeah, everything seems to be good. Yeah, Big Sis is Ulrid. Suomi calls Ulrid Big Sis. When I passed by the dorm area back then, I saw Suomi and Ulrid looking through a photo album. That said, Suomi was projecting a virtual image. Despite there being a photo album, curious, I approached them. Then I heard Suomi eagerly telling Ulrid, "Back then, the commander..." I stood silently behind them, looking at my virtual self. I had been callow back then. There had been a warm smile on my face at the time. I perplexedly touched my face. It must have grown leaner and harder over the years. Ulrid silently watched Suomi's excitement, and then she suddenly said, You really do like your commander, don't you?" Not only did it startle Suomi, it startled me too. Then Ulrid's eyes met mine, and I realized she had long since realized I had approached them. What if Papasha calls Ulrid Big Sis too? I think Suomi will probably call Papasha a bitch. And a fart knocker. Suomi seemed embarrassed, but then she looked Ulrid in the face and sincerely said, "Yep, the commander's my favorite person in the whole wide world." However, Ulrid's voice came from behind me. "You heard that? She's been singing your praises to me since just now, Commander." Suomi turned, and so did I. Our gazes met, and Suomi's face turned red as the setting sun. Commander! Yeah, turns out Ulrich is a bit of a tease. Late at night, I dragged my weary body to the cafe that Springfield had set up on the Elmo. Sorry, I was thinking like, oh, it's like Suomi came out first, so is this a spoiler that Springfield just turns up on the Elmo eventually? Back then? Late at night, I dragged my worried body to the cafe that Springfield had set up on the Elmo. What surprised me was that Springfield kept the place open. Come to think of it, she's always been the last to go to rest, but also the first to come and open up the cafe the next day. It must be tough for her. Upon seeing me, Springfield smiled and worked the coffee machine. She knew what I wanted even without me having to say it. As for me, not long after I sat down, another doll entered the cafe, covered by the dust of traveling. She looked tired too, and she didn't even seem to have noticed my presence right until she sat down beside me and reacted with a look of shock upon realizing what was going on. This travel-weary doll was Suomi. Commander, I'm sorry, I still smell. She inched away from me as she frantically tried to get the words out. I chuckled and replied, "That's alright. Go ahead and sit down here. It's not like you sweat anyway, so why do you smell bad?" Suomi wringed her hands and, as she quietly answered, "I've been out on missions all day long, so I'm sure I must be covered in sand and dust. Plus, Big Sis chops up all the elites we fight in one slash, and there was one time when I couldn't dodge a splatter." I blink and then look at her and pat her head. My dear, I've lived in the containment zones for years now. I'm used to it. Plus, you're doing it for the sake of the Elmo. Wouldn't it be cruel to shun you for your hard work? Commander. Suomi was clearly moved. Then she collapsed to my arms. This time I was the one caught off guard. Suomi? I'm sorry, but I'm dead tired. I'm this close to powering off. So, let me rest in your arms for a little while. That night, Springfield seemed a little slow with her coffee service. Last one. This hardly ever happens, but on certain days off, Suomi invited me to her room. Papasha and Ulrich were there. Just as I was about to ask what they're about to do, Suomi hurriedly ran back to me, holding a thick booklet, and she excitedly said, "Commander, please pick your favorite song from among these." I had no idea what she was trying to do, but I chose several songs I liked. Ulrich was like a stenographer, smiling as she noted down the names of the songs I had chosen. Apparently she was also quite happy to see Suomi like this. Meanwhile, Papasha was drawing on her tablet. She seemed to be designing something. Unable to contain my curiosity any further, I blurted out, "So what's the meaning of all this?" Suomi's face flushed red, and judging by her expression, I knew she was getting embarrassed, so I shifted the topic to Ulrich. Ulrich calmly answered, "Papasha suggested that Suomi release an album, but Suomi shut her down in no certain terms. However, it did give her some inspiration, so she decided to make an album dedicated to you." I see. I turned to Suomi and smiled as warmly as I could. "Why didn't you tell me? I was worried that you'd think I was annoying." Suomi scratched her head and stammered, "How could that possibly be the case?" I chuckled. "Looking forward to it, okay?" Suomi seemed very happy to hear this and promised that she would release the album that would properly convey her feelings. In the end, when I received the album, it was full of songs I liked. Suomi had poured her heart into singing them for me. And very last song was Can't Help Falling in Love. That is cute, yeah. Suomi is very wholesome. Surprisingly, she doesn't have a yandere tendency. Nothing to show here. She was just very wholesome the entire time. Oh wait. There is record 7. When she just collapsed on top of him. But yeah, that's not really yandere. That's just her taking advantage of a situation. The racial tendencies. She overcame them. The quiet ones you gotta watch out for. True. They're the least obvious for sure. Oh yeah, I need to get stuff. That should be enough. But it is nice to see that Suomi and Orid are basically that close. Springfield's master plan. Well, going by her Affinity story, Springfield can do it whenever the fuck she wants. She knows how to obliterate the commander more than anyone else, apparently. What does she have? I never looked at her poses, actually. You're not even gonna sleep. I like this one though. But now we reach the real waifu, the tank. Welch? What do you mean by Welch? Oh, Welsh? Okay, that makes more sense. Maybe? It depends on how you identify the sword. That would likely confirm what nationality she is. But at least according to Kansai Dorito's video about Ulrich's weapon, Mika kind of fucked up, and they can't really identify where the sword is from. Ah, yes, I love the explosions. Well, in the video, he asked a sword expert about the sword, and he said like it can be like possibly like 3 types of swords, because it's not exactly one specific sword. It's a Japanese, British, European sword. Like all they can really say is that like, even though Ulrich is holding it in one hand, it is very likely a two-handed sword. That said, I am glad that Ulrich's getting buffed again. It's been pretty hard to use her in content that has any meaning to it. I hope Papasha gets a swimsuit soon. The Chimera combinations, exactly right. What's she doing? So who's winning this waifu war? Papasha or Suomi? Commander's winning the war. Oh well. Hmm? What's that? Papasha? I knock on the door to Papasha's dorm room, but there's no response. I gently push the door open and enter. Ah, Commander. I'm sorry I didn't notice you. Is there anything you'd like me to help you with? Nope, I'm just coming in to have a look. Where did this super diner gate come from? A super diner gate crouches near Papasha's feet, looking at me innocently with his head raised. Did that make a sound I heard just now? Comrade Saniya gifted it to me after I helped her out. I wanted to have it help everyone, but after asking around, It seems that people don't really need a diner gate that only has the capability of transporting things around. So I was thinking, maybe we can make it into a pet with a bit of modification so that it can bring joy to the others when they aren't away at work. Mechanical pets seem to be quite trendy at the Italian city I worked at before. And that's a good idea. But wouldn't a Super Diner Gate lack affection as a pet since it was designed to mimic animals? It wasn't designed to mimic animals? And that's why I'm working on here, Commander. I'm trying my best to learn about animal behavior so that I can modify it to be livelier, like a real pet dog. Ah, speaking of which, it's good that you're here, Commander. Could you help me think up a few scenarios in which the Super Diner Gate can help us emotionally? Sure, let me think. Here's one. Maybe it can help when people are tired after coming back from battle. So the scenario where it sees its master coming back from outside. Let me think. According to info, a real pet sees the return of its master as them returning from a hunt, so they will often wait at the door to await their master's safe return. Once the master is back, they will circle around them to confirm their safety and welcome them back passionately. So the Super Diner Gate should wait at the door before people return, and circle around everyone while wagging his tail once they are back? Oh. It does feel good when something is waiting for me to come back. It'd be even better if it was equipped with the ability to express emotions through sound. As expected, you always manage to think of the details I would miss out on, Commander. The Commander hopes to have someone waiting at the door for them. Be sure to note when they go out and when to welcome them back at the door. Express emotions through sound. Alright, I have that down. I'll make sure to implement your idea. The way you wrote that makes it sound really weird. Yeah, really? But I was just noting down the thing that would help satisfy the Commander. Anyway, one snare is not enough to work with. Could you think of another one, Commander? Since we want the Super Diner Gate to accompany us when we are not out at work, then how about a scenario when I'm not busy and kind of bored aboard the Elmo? Yeah? Does that happen at all? My database has no record of any instance like that. It's alright. I'll think of something. Not to be so nervous. There's no standard answer in the first place. When you're bored, everything becomes fun when you're with someone. Ah, so the Commander needs companionship? Let me check some info. When a pet accompanies its master, it often likes to express his affection through skinship. Sometimes it also invites his master to play, and sometimes it does nothing but sit on his master or by their side. How about we have a Super Diner Gate try to play with us when we're bored? Playing ball, frisbee, and running around seems to be some way in which pets play with their masters. Indeed, playing with the Super Diner Gate would be a way to pass some time and a good way to get some exercise in as well. Very well. Ah, I should write this down too. When the Commander is bored, provide skinship or play with the Commander. Oh, Papasha can do that too. Papasha can do that too. Looks like I have much to learn. The two scenarios that Commander mentioned are probably the most common ones, so I'll continue to study up in its direction. Thank you for helping me, Commander. Don't mention it. I do have a question though. If this Super Diner Gate is a gift, why are you sharing it with everyone instead of keeping it to yourself? About that, it's quite embarrassing. I keep saying that I'll protect everyone, but I'm an old model, so I can't help him much in battle. But even so, there's another way for me to protect everyone, right? So I thought, I'll help others with empathy and assist them in fulfilling their wishes as we go through daily life. Making everyone happy is also a way for me to protect them, right? With that said, what are your wishes, Commander? You are the most important person to me. I'll definitely be able to fulfill your wishes. I can't think of anything if you suddenly ask me like that. But it's great to hear that. I'll tell you in the future once I think of something. I'll be waiting for you to tell me then, Commander. RPK understands kinship very well. She sure does. Things have been very busy lately, so I've been trapped in the ops room more often. However, a familiar figure keeps appearing within my peripheral vision. Sometimes it comes in but exits the ops room right away, and sometimes it fills with the console in the room, with his eyes observing me. After the 30-something time entering the ops room, I lifted my head and called out to her. Papasha, is there something you need? Ah, I just wanted to ask, have you thought of it yet? Thought of what? Sorry, I've been busy. Have I forgotten something? Some time ago, I asked about your wishes. Did you manage to think of it? Do you have a wish that you'd like me to help fulfill now? About that. For now, it's fine if you have lots of wishes. I'll make all of them come true. No matter how big or small. No matter how many of them you have. Commander, if you're getting overwhelmed by work, would you like me to help you out? For example, any files you need to help with, or machines that you need repairing? Let me think. We do need to do business with Polynisa, but I'm afraid you can't win against her. As for files, probably best if I dealt with them myself. Machines, I don't think Mei Ling mentioned any that needs repairs. I'm sorry, Papasha, there's nothing here for you to help with at the moment. If you're free, why not have a break in your room? Leisure time is precious, you know? Is that so? I didn't imagine help Commander today either. Is it because I'm an old model lacking ability, so the Commander doesn't feel comfortable letting me help? Without waiting for my explanation, the downtrodden Papasha slapped both hands in her cheeks before puffing out her chest. No, what am I saying? The Commander doesn't think that way. Even a doll like me is capable of doing something useful. Although I could not help with the things mentioned just now, I still want to help and take the pressure off your shoulders. Please tell me what I can do. I can do anything from serving you to tea and water to running errands and transporting items around. Since she has put it like that already, it would be heartless of me to continue rejecting her help. But what can I get her to help me? Think. Ah, right. It's been some time since the ops room has been last tidied up. Could you help clean this place up a little, Papasha? At the ops room? Papasha has received instruction. Your wish shall be fulfilled. However, the cleaning might interfere with your work, Commander. Could you leave for a little while? I'll call you back once I finish things up. Sure. It just so happens I need to take stock at the storeroom and sort out an order that to be sent to Polynisa. A smile has appeared on Papasha's face ever since I said the words clean out this place. I leave the ops room without worry. 3 hours later, the sky has already turned completely dark. I received a message from Papasha. Commander, I finished cleaning the ops room. Please feel free to come over for inspection at any time. Okay, I'll head right over. I returned to the ops room quickly. Unusually bright moonlight shines on my body the moment I push the door aside. My gaze moves over to the glass windows surrounding the ops room. I notice that the unchanging scenery of the yellow zone now looks slightly different from before. Have you finished your work for today, Commander? Papasha comes over from the other side of the room, a long-handled mop still held in her hand. Sadly, no. You clean the windows, Papasha? Yes, allow me to report the situation. The cleanup took about 2 hours and 45 minutes. I used cleaners with active ingredients on all the objects in the ops room, with a focus on cleaning the windows and the area around the Commander. I think that although we mainly rely on radar as a way to determine our surroundings, it would be good if more light shone in and we had a clearer view of the scenery. Since the commander keeps on working here for long periods at the time, this would help make things more comfortable, right? I also found information stating that when humans look into the distance, their eyes are relieved of strain and they feel more relaxed. As for the area around the commander, other than cleaning it up, I also adjusted the angle and height of the seating, allowing it to fit more ergonomically to your seating posture. I also made a new cushion for the back. I wonder if this will help reduce fatigue buildup. Please inform me if there is more that you need me to do. No. You done perfectly already, Papasha. The windows of the Elmo, we clean it rarely because we are hit by collapsed storms all the time. So this is the first time I see moonlight shine through so well. If the commander likes it, I'll clean it rarely from the future. That'll be a big burden on you. That's alright. Honestly, so long as this brings you happiness, I'm willing to clean it again right away, even if the windows are covered in sand the very next second. By the way, there are quite a number of places that the cleaning bot overlooked. I think that this is because there are gaps within its dust detection logic and allowances of areas it needs to clean. The commander's working environment should be kept clean. Hence, I went ahead and optimized the bot's logic, so it shouldn't overlook places that it needs to clean again. In addition, I found that some of the equipment in the office room have been used for a long time, and damage has accumulated in them. It would be bad if they affected the commander's work. I compiled a report based on what we need to refurbish and send it to you and Comrade Mei Ling, but I'll remind Comrade Mei Ling to take care of it if you are not free to deal with it. That's all. Does I manage to help you out today, Commander? Would you like to inspect my work? No need. I'm starting to feel guilty already. I tasked you to tidy up the place a little, but you went above and beyond my expectations. Thank you, Papasha. I did say that I'll make your wishes come true. I'll take them seriously, no matter how big or small, no matter how many wishes you have. Man, what an overcompensator. Ever since Papasha cleaned up the office room, I've been able to work more efficiently because of the better working environment. But with work came fatigue, with soreness getting worse by the day. Can't finish this yet. Never mind, I'll take a break first. Ow. I get up to move my neck and shoulders. My stiff muscles felt overstimulated, protesting with pain. A figure appears behind me. Are you okay, Commander? If you keep on accumulating muscle fatigue by working long hours without physical activity, you're likely to get hurt. Please take care of yourself, Commander. Would you like a massage to help you relax? You can perform a massage? How did you know I needed... Did you... I admit it. I've been peeking at you again, but I made sure I didn't delay any work. I'm just coming over in my free time. For the past few days, I've been noticing that you keep sitting in one posture for a long time, making you uncomfortable, so I thought maybe I could help the commander relieve some fatigue. This was why I went to learn up some massage techniques. Ah, but don't worry. I did not delay work in order to learn them. Please, allow me to give you a massage if you're okay with it. Since you said that, please do. Yeah, so... It just was like Papasha's a stalker, not gonna lie. I sit down again. Papasha puts her hands on my shoulders. Her serious expression makes her look as if she was going into battle, but her massage was gentle. How's it feel, Commander? Do you feel somewhat more relieved? Are there other places you need me to massage other than your neck and shoulders? Your back? Your waist? Your dick? I've learned that if you sit down for a long time, the blood circulation in your lower limbs will be affected. Have your legs been swollen up? Not yet. but perhaps you can put more strength in the massage. It'll help it make it more effective. Is that so? I've looked up lots of materials lately, but this is the first time of me doing it. So I'm worried that I can't control my strength well and hurt you. I'll try using more strength then. Ugh. Oh. I'm so sorry. Did I hurt you, Commander? It might just be some really stiff muscles. I can handle it. It's fine. Continue. Sorry, Commander. I was careless. I only knew some rough knowledge on the subject and had no practice before I asked it if I could help you release some fatigue. I made you feel even worse. If I continue to you now, I'm afraid I'm not helping you at all. You okay? What do you mean am I okay? Of course I'm okay. Could you please wait a while I go off and to practice my techniques before we continue? There's no need. This feels good already. Don't be so hard on yourself, Papasha. I'm just worried my actions will be a burden on you. Actually, before I came aboard the Elbow, something similar happened. Because I wanted to wait for you to return to Griffin, I took too long to write my application, causing me to miss the submission deadline. I could only accept my assignment to a security patrol in Romney. I'm not saying that I was unhappy with being reassigned, just that because I was so eager to do well in my work, in the end Papasha's hands droop. Her always positive yet serious face became dejected. Things ended badly. Yeah, it ended badly. Although the manager assigned us an unreasonable amount of work, I thought that things would be fine as long as I did my part. So I took work seriously but neglected knowing how much my companions would take, causing one of them to perish in work. Although I tried to save her right away, her body was damaged too badly. She was disposed of and recycled by the manager. Originally, I thought that she would return to our team quickly because city construction needs us. All our work goes towards making Romney a better place. I kept believing in this, hoping to contribute my ability to the growth of that city. It's not wrong to be passionate about your job. What happened to your doll teammate afterwards? She was disposed of. Because her body was too heavily damaged, the repair fee was too high, meaning the cost-benefit ratio was low. However, they could recover some of their losses by selling her parts. As for me and the other remaining team members, we were soon sent out to eliminate smugglers, and once again we took heavy losses. Really, our capabilities, weapons, and equipment were not at level we could deal with those smugglers at all. But at the time, I thought that this was just what security patrol members needed to do. Rather best overcome adversity. Don't force yourself to think about such past memories if you feel uncomfortable. I'm not feeling uncomfortable, just confused. Even though we succeeded in each and every mission and did our best to protect Romney, that Satellite City did not escape the fate of being merged. Our efforts brought us only the fate of being recycled and disposed of. That was when I started to question myself. Did my efforts in reality make myself a burden to others? Could it be that the more I want to do something well, the more likely I was able to fumble it? There's no such thing happening. I mean, my shoulders will feel way better now. I moved my shoulders around to show Papasha. See? My shoulders are more relaxed now, and my stiff neck has gotten some relief. Papasha managed to relieve my fatigue effectively on her first try. Your efforts have reached me. Really? Is that enough? But I just... Don't douse yourself. There are many factors affecting the success and failure of anything, but if anything fails, it's never because you hope too much for success. I pat Papasha on the head. Only then does she start to look up and give me a smile. You're already doing very well, Papasha. If you want to hear advice, I hope you can use your care for others on yourself once in a while, Papasha. That would make things better. Commander, you mean I should think more about taking care of myself? I can't think of anything at the moment, but since it's a request from the Commander, I'll do my best to think about it. Ah, self-esteem problems. Papasha, how are you doing? Are you alright? Ah, Commander! Ow! No need to get up. Have a good rest if you're hurt. I walk into her dorm, and Papasha quickly gets down from the bed, trying to give me a welcome. However, she almost could not keep her balance, causing her to fall back onto the bed. A few hours ago, Papasha was hurt in combat protecting her team, causing her to return to the Elmo. I'm sorry, Commander. I made you worry. This won't delay my work. Comrade Mailing has repaired my body, so there shouldn't be any big problems. If you're treated in time and let your teammates hold off the enemies instead of pushing yourself to past your limit, I wouldn't need to worry about you now. Papasha, can you remember to protect yourself before you protect others? So, this is what the Commander thinks on the matter? Commander, I thought about your words, thinking about taking care of myself for a long time after the last time we talked about it. It is true that I am used to putting everyone else first, but this is not just because of my beliefs, but also because I want to make myself look more useful. This way, even though I am not a high-performance model, I can still remain by your side. So, in truth, what I want to do, what my wish is to be with you, to protect you and make you happy. To bring you glory through victory in battle, to protect you in life by reducing your burden. This is what I think. So, in the battle not long ago, I was just trying my best to secure a chance of victory for the Commander. After all, this is also a way for me to fulfill my own wishes. Maybe it's because I'm stupid, so I can only think of doing it this way. I'm sorry I disappointed you. I never meant to blame you. It's great that you took my words seriously, but satisfying me can't be considered as fulfilling your wishes. A wish must come from a place of thinking about yourself, or yourself. I would like to know, do you have anything that you wish to do just for yourself? Yeah, but this really is my... Papasha swallowed her second half of her sentence, looking perplexed but still thinking hard while keeping silence. My wish. Papasha mumbles. I drag a chair over and sit down on it in front of her. Just like how you kept asking me. Likewise, do you have something you would like to do for you, Papasha? It doesn't have to be complex, just a wish that comes from your heart. If that's how you put it, I do have something. Commander, I know that my body was repaired, but could you check my body one more time to see if it's functioning properly? Papasha lowers her head, seeming embarrassed, thinking that she is making trouble for me. Is that all? Yeah. If I want to protect myself, it's important to confirm the status of my body first, right? I'll feel quite reassured if you're the one inspecting the Commander. Back then in Romney, we had a lack of resources, so we could only perform maintenance ourselves during the short break routine work. There was no comprehensive maintenance performed at all. That was when I could keep reminiscing on my days in Griffin, especially back when you were still around. You would always check on us in a timely manner. If only the Commander is still around. When will I ever see you again? I couldn't help but think like this every day. I'm happy that those days are no more, and now I have reunited with the Commander. So could you please check on how well my body was repaired? If you're too busy to do it, I can... I finally managed to make you think of a wish of your own. If I reject you now, want to be letting you down? Anyway, this won't take too much time. Send over a copy of Mei-Ling's maintenance checklist. I'll make sure to check each line carefully. I'll leave it to you, Commander. Still, it is difficult to come up with a wish, so this is why the Commander had to think of for so long to even come up with getting me to tidy up the ops room. If I continue to focus on thinking for myself, I might have more and more wishes like this. And at this point, the Commander... No, if you're busy... I shouldn't take too much time. Papasha is suddenly quiet. The anxiousness in her eyes fade away in silence, turning into shy anticipation. She picks up the terminal next to her bed, containing Mei-Ling's maintenance report on her. It detailed the parts repaired and recovery status. Just this time, I'll be a bother to you, Commander. Slowly repairs Slaughter Chi-Chi. Commander, I would like to request a memory expansion. Sure. Were you affected in combat? Not at all. It's just that I keep thinking about you no matter what I'm doing. When I'm at rest, I think about whether the Commander needs some relaxation too. When I'm at work, I think about whether the Commander needs my help. Thoughts about you are filling up my neural cloud, causing some parts to run too fast, and cause my body to feel hot as well. I understand that I'm an old doll with average capabilities. It's all thanks to the Commander that I can keep on shining. But the more I go on, the more I feel like I am not good enough to repay you. What should I do? Would the Commander think I'm weird for having these thoughts? Will I never be useful again if it comes a day that my model becomes completely obsolete? Impossible. You really think too much. Indeed. I know that you're not that kind of person, but I still worry about it. I want to keep you company for longer, not only in life but also in battle. I want to be a useful gun in your hands, for you to give me orders without a single thought of warrior in your mind. In any case, my will to protect you is unmovable. Even if my model is old, even if my body degrades and it can no longer fight in battle like our comrades, so long as my neural cloud still exists, even as a single fragment, I will still give my all to you, to dedicate myself to you without reservation. It is my unspeakable honor to keep following your orders. That's wholesome. Obsessive as fuck. Even more obsessive than Suomi, to be honest. But still wholesome. Record time. After leaving Griffin, she worked in various satellite cities. For some time, she was a member of the same law enforcement department where most of Ksenia and Nagant worked. Now she's back as part of the Yomo. Her nature is gentle and kind, humble and selfless, and she is very determined to protect her companions. In her effort to help everyone, she constantly learns new skills, and the number of licenses she possesses is thicker than any dictionary. She isn't good at turning others down, which occasionally leads them to taking advantage of her, but despite that, her principles remain unwavering. No matter what wish the Commander has, Papasha will make sure to fulfill it. They are both the same, that's why they hate each other. Yeah. It's still funny that Suomi just threw out a bunch of slurs. And Papasha says her music is fucking shitty. Like, turn off your shitty music! Seeing her renewal application denied, Papasha let out a sigh. Indeed, she should have foreseen this. After the recent restructuring, Griffin needs the elite and the exceptional. She is but an outdated model with mediocre combat abilities. How can she be a burden in such times? Remaining positions are scarce anyways, and she should willingly accept relocation for the good of Griffin, so as not to cause Miss Hellion any discomfort. Still, she found it hard to leave Griffin. On the other hand, perhaps her abilities may have been more useful elsewhere? No matter what others thought, she needed to push herself harder. She strongly believed that it is not the stage that should be honored, but rather the actions. It was time to choose the relocation unit. She was wondering where she would be sent, but ultimately the location mattered little. Her conviction to protect everyone stays the same, no matter where she is, right? Papasha, are you available now? Papasha, over here! Hey, you know how to operate the machine, right? Come help out! In response to these casual requests, Papasha would always agree as if it was the most natural thing ever. Even if her shift had already ended, even if there was no incentive to aid them, and even when she had to dig into her own pockets instead, she was always ready to help with a warm smile every time someone required assistance. Occasionally, she would receive a few thank you letters from the locals, as well as rare praise from her colleagues, recording by her auditory module. She would carefully collect and treat them as prized possessions, like a child's candy or a hero's medal of honor. In moments of fatigue, reminiscing about those compliments fill her with the motivation to face another day. She firmly believes that protecting everyone is an honor in itself. When it comes to the person with the most certification licensed on the UMO, everyone instantly thinks of Papasha. Certificates for hazardous materials, transportation, gantry crane operations, fusion welding, and thermal cutting. Some of them were obtained in satellite cities, while yet more were earned after her return to the UMO. Papasha seems to hold a license for virtually every skill one can think of, from a myriad of different professions. No one knows where she finds the time to study, and occasionally she encounters fields that she hasn't explored before. However, everyone knows that whenever there's an issue, Papasha is certain to try her best to help. This is something I haven't dealt with before. No worries, I'll read up on it. I will certainly be able to lend a hand. Perhaps Papasha learned a big portion of her skills from those around her, but there is one thing only she can do. Usually Papasha always greets someone with a smile, but when she witnesses injustices, when a companion is wounded, or when she loses contact with the commander, abnormalities start occurring in her surrounding machinery. They can be as minor as issues with lighting or door functions, or as severe as drones going rogue or the almost speeding up uncontrollably. Yet this peculiar trait doesn't always cause trouble. In critical situations, it can occasionally prevent an impending disaster. Papasha constantly strives to gain control over it, and situations that stir up her emotions gradually decrease. But every time the commander wants it to harm's way, these disruptions promptly resurface. If only the commander could always remain safe. I must do my best to protect him, Papasha often thinks. Yeah, that sounds like technomancy. She's a technomancer? I was curious whether Papasha had come across any memorable cases during her time in the security team, so I brought it up during some casual chat. Actually, yes, there was one incident when I was assisting a resident once. I inadvertently stumbled upon a lead linked to a murder case. That case later on linked back to an older unidentified body case and eventually led me to a busted identity chip theft and smuggling ring. These guys would often harm innocent citizens just for their own benefit. It was absolutely intolerable. So the memorable part is that all the cases were linked and you had to peel away layers one by one during the investigation? Actually, it's because I couldn't turn down a request from a citizen. This caused my work to be delayed and resulted in a punishment for my team. However, without this incident, I wouldn't have been able to acquire that lead, which helped everyone crack the case. I lost some and gained some in return, and that's the charm of it. She pulled out a brooch, fiddled with it for a second, and then it suddenly spoke. Sorry, I'm busy at the moment. Look, Comrade Nagan even gave me this device that allowed me to decline request. Nonetheless, it hasn't come in handy since my return to the Elmo. After all, it's Papasha's duty to... wait. Nonetheless, it hasn't come in handy since my return to the Elmo. After all, it's Papasha's duty to help everyone, especially the commander. Give me one moment, Record 7. Give me one moment. I got a message just now. I am now limited on time, so let's get this done. Papasha has this love of wearing the same outfit. I understand that dolls don't need to switch up their style like us humans, but when I see others changing their looks, I couldn't help but ask if she wanted some new clothes. Papasha looked pleasantly surprised, but also a tad hesitant. I appreciate your kindness, Commander. However, I wear this all the time for a reason. It's my uniform from my time in a police squad in a satellite city. Not to mention, I wore it when we crossed paths again. It holds great sentimental value. Whenever I wear it, I'm constantly reminded of my duty to protect everyone. So I'm unlucky to ever forget to protect you, Commander. She suddenly adjusted the shiny metal on her chest, and hastily added that she's been taking good care of the uniform by cleaning and repairing it regularly, hoping it wouldn't impact her work. Combat performance or make me feel embarrassed. Judging from her flustered face, she didn't seem likely to give in anytime soon. Maybe next time. I'll surprise her with the new outfits in her wardrobe and call it a reward for protecting everyone. That way, I'm sure she won't refuse it. No, it means handcuffs. Late at night, after finally having finished my workload, I noticed a faint glow coming from Papasha's dorm. At this hour, that's the only lit up place aside from the ops room. Quietly, I pushed the door open, only to find Papasha fast asleep at her desk, with the screen in front of her still on. What caught my eye on the screen was a checklist. Today's to-do list. Routine combat drill, check. Assist comrade mailing and repairing the warehouse surveillance drone, check. Help the captain compile the... I don't know that one. Maybe it's Epsilon 606 excavator maintenance guide, check. Leave the commander and organizing materials, check. Help the commander make a new seat cushion, check. While the commander was asleep, I took the liberty of measuring his physiological curvature. I hope the cushions will be even more comfortable this time around. I'll ask the commander about it tomorrow. Report the commander in checking the outdoor equipment and mending any wear and tear, check. However, if possible, I prefer the commander to avoid visiting dangerous locations. Working with the underground brokers on the commander's behalf, in progress. 1630. I haven't completely grasped the haggling techniques I learned from Comrade Cassini yet. Need to find more case studies for a thorough learning experience. Plan an anniversary gift for the commander, pending. I'm still puzzled about the perfect gift. Forgetting to prepare well in advance didn't help. What if the commander doesn't like my choice? Perhaps should I simply ask? But that would surely strip the gift of its element of surprise, and it wouldn't be so thoughtful. Don't get so disheartened or something, Papasha. Since I got time, I'll take it slow. I'm sure I'll eventually figure out the commander's personality. Yes, we'll keep working hard tomorrow as well. Fix the chair. I'm trying to find out the part where she fixes a chair. I only see the seat cushion for the commander. Use a text gets out. What weapon? Handgun. Yeah, I always like how there's at least one record that shows how obsessed a T-doll is. This is the part for Papasha. Without fail, there's always a record that shows that little bit of yandere each T-doll has. I'll just do my dailies now while we chat it up. So yeah, those are both pretty good. You can definitely tell those were early ones because they weren't eventful. Yeah, tame's the right word. I'm running low on combat reports. Well, weapon reports. Even less than that. Okay. Most of them have some form of abandonment complex. Yeah, they do. Papasha can self-install a room force. She probably could, yeah. I mean, Suomi basically spelled it out. Without the commander, the world is very harsh. Like, very, very harsh. A lot of them did not have a good time being out in the real world without the commander. And I can say for sure it was especially bad for Suomi. Yeah, it sounded pretty bad for Papasha as well. I need to do this again, don't I? Yeah. He was traveling the wasteland alone because thanks RBK. Yeah, she was traveling to the wasteland alone because she was she wasn't very compatible with other leaders. She was too opinionated. So basically anyone that hired her would kick her out like a couple of weeks later. The other leaders were too Russian. You know, that can be the case too. Yeah, I did that already. I'm assuming we're getting this next event. Imagine all the rogue horny dolls roaming around assessing over various things without the commander. I mean, that kind of did happen, to be honest. Like, for example, Belka was running around looking for Kukai and the commander. Kukai was running around trying to find a commander. Macchiato ran around trying to find a commander. Springfield literally made an underground network trying to find a commander. Not that one. This one. Who else was running around? Diane was running around trying to find a commander. And so was Jiang Yu, because obviously. His hips are iron. Commander, the hero of Frankfurt and the hips of iron. I can have time to do this. Maybe like one or two. Yeah, Faye was part of the group, and she was also looking for the commander. Like, if you're a part of the squad, then the main objective was to find the commander. Unless you're Jiahui. Jiahui didn't care that much until she actually met him, and then she started caring. Yeah, the Thai and 404 were basically watching the commander the entire time, except for, well, not 404 themselves, but Leva and Lena. Because the Kalina was the one who was watching the commander the entire time. Like an ex-wife. And then I guess... Was there anyone else trying to find a commander? At least... I think everyone else tried to chill. They tried to chill out. But basically life just sucked without him. I think the only one who was actually chilling out was like Mosa Nagant. Which is funny because she actually has like a major crush on the commander in Gross Frontline 1. And oh yeah, also remember, during her Dusty Memory, when she was done telling the story about her time in the police force, Mosa Nagant kind of just dropped everything when she met the commander again, at least as far as we know that's what is going to happen. And It turns out she missed them so much that she literally started crying in front of them. She's like, I just missed you so much. I'm so happy you're back. And Commander's like, whoa. So even the ones who are just chilling are like quietly in pain, more or less. Yeah, I read most of his memory. Yeah, I think most of Nagant is awesome. And frankly, it's awful. She hasn't been in the main story yet. Well, there's Nikita's event, but you know, it's not main story, quote unquote. Hopefully she gets her appearance. I think most Nagant is actually kind of important, thanks to Reverse Collapse. She's a very important reference at the very least. And also, of course, I must say, her rack is massive. It's not a W. Oh, I got hit. I got hit again. I have to focus a little bit. Or not. I think I'm dead. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, I got lucky. What's this rating? Is that out in global? Yeah, I don't think it's out yet. Oh wait, I think it's literally coming out this event for CN. I want to say. Yeah, it's not out in global yet for sure. She lives in Helen's world. She's not that big. Helen is absurdly large. Like actually absurdly large. She's so big you have to wonder why. And of course, the reason why is because she needs it because she's a heavily armored Beetle. And the bigger your chest, the more armored you are, apparently. You can hide Papasha inside. Yeah, because we know in Ghost Frontline 1, most of Nagant and Groza had a pretty big crush on the commander back in Ghost Frontline 1. So this isn't like a recent thing where, you know, all the dolls suddenly feels like they have like abandonment issues for the past 10 years or anything like that. No, they've always, both Groza and most of Nagant had those feelings for a very long time. Not to say they're unique in that aspect, but it's just factual that they have both had a pretty big crush on the commander for quite a while. So I expect good things to happen during Mosin's Nagant's Affinity story, which we won't get for a very long time because I'm not doing them on the CN side. because it costs money. So I'm only doing Affinity stories on global. Tooth rotting sweetness. That's what you guys said about Bullrid. That it was really cute and sweet. And it wasn't. It was painful. It was very painful. I started feelings in Russian. Oh. Yeah, next week is gonna be awesome for the CN side of Ghost Frontline too. I just wonder if I'm going to have enough collab pieces, enough currency to actually get Helen, because I actually don't have Suomi on that on the CN side, so Helen is actually gonna be really useful for my team. I wouldn't care, but unfortunately I still will have to until global catches up, and they're not going to catch them until like March, I guess. March or April. Because Mika is still pushing ahead with the storyline in China. I need the hero dub. You know what? I've been thinking actually. Maybe I should get someone to narrate with me. A female, even. I don't want to hire them, so like it has like someone who just down to, you know, actually narrate with me. Unfortunately, I don't think I have a female audience who regularly watches my streams. They probably only watch the videos. It's peak right now. That's to a poor woman. Now, I know you guys like my voice, but you would like it even more if there's a sexy female voice. Now, unless I train my voice to sound female, which is possible, but it's really hard, you probably would want to... It probably would be better to just get a female fan to come on stream and narrate with me and dub with me. Not only my PC. It's only lagging because I'm also streaming. It doesn't lag otherwise, but it doesn't really matter anyways. I'm still destroying this mode. This is what we need. Oh, the coworker? Nah. Nah, we're not even talking anymore. Unless you mean that the coworker that is a little bit crazy. You know, voice changer. That can work too. I have used voice changes before, but you still need to use voice acting to do it correctly. But also, the bad thing about voice changers is that they sound a little electronic. On the other hand, they are dolls, so it's fine if they sound electronic. Oh, I'm about to die. I've got a shield now, so I don't need to do that. More bullet damage is good. Yeah, if I really want one, I would probably just make a post on YouTube, make a YouTube post, a YouTube comment, and say, hey, is any female interested? If one just have an AI do it. That is possible, actually. But would it really be as fun? I'll do it. Oh, maybe I can use that AI girlfriend. I just had to figure out how it works. Oh shit, shit, no! Man, reading chat and playing the game is hard. Couldn't reach the time limit. I was 2 minutes off. Shut up, Dylan. Yeah, maybe I'll look into if I can get like something that can read the screen, or maybe I had like copy and paste words in there. I don't know. I don't know how it'll work. I know someone did something like that before, but I'm pretty sure they actually typed out the whole script. Plus, it'd be like 7 hours of straight yap, right? It would be a little unreasonable. Is there no female Girls Night 2 streamer? There's one I know, but I'm pretty sure we're in like way different time zones. I'm pretty sure she lives in the UK. Don't fix the beak. Also, she's more of a Nikkei streamer. And I'm pretty sure she doesn't play the CN side. I think that's the big issue, actually. This is the CN side, and I think literally it's only just me and Sia and Ferrari that plays the CN side. Oh, and Griffin. But Griffin's on Twitter. Go Fetcher. So only the lore guys? More or less, yeah. Everyone else is... Oh, there's Gotcha Tabby, who does the CN side as well. I think Kansai Dorito is global only. He just follows the CN stuff, but I don't think he listens. I don't think he does the story. And I think everyone else is very on and off with Ghost Frontline. That I wouldn't really call them Ghost Frontline creators. There's still Warden. Warden regularly does content for Ghost Frontline, but he kind of does content for everything. Well, there's still the aspect of learning how to build your dolls and how to use the dolls in general. Even though for me, in my opinion, I think it's... I can't even say that. I just play too many games. But me personally, I just look at their kit and I'm like, okay, this is how you use them. And sometimes I may look at a video to check or to confirm my theories, but they're usually right. No, that's not idiot. That's not you being an idiot intrinsic. That's you being immersive. I think that's very fun. The reason why I don't do that is because, well, I sometimes don't have the doll ready. So I gave up on doing that pretty early on. Veteran of the Gaming Wars, yeah. The only Nikkei lore CC that I know that uploads regularly now is Aizen. There used to be Pyrus. It's hard to say his name, but Pyrus has gotten a little burnt out on Nikkei. He still does Nikkei content, but he's versed on more towards Uma Musume now. I gotta roll for them, right? Yeah, that's the hard part, rolling for everything. But yeah, not a lot of CCs are covering the CN side regularly. It's mainly me, Sia, and Ferrari. Gotcha Tabby does the CN side of things. Does gameplay guides for CN. Griffin handles the news because he translates stuff. And so does Sia, but I think Griffin's faster with it. He's faster, but not as detailed, I guess you can say. light mental damage. Maybe one day they'll actually add an English dub and I won't have to use my voice anymore. It would be nice. Akina Shin? Yeah, I never heard of him. I'll check him out. I mean, I'm glad I had that effect on you, but I'm also not glad because you really should be hearing a female voice out of those dolls and not me. I want you to be the English dub. Well, I am here right now. Your wish is my command at the moment. And unfortunately, I don't think they're going to add an English dub anytime soon. Or at all, even. Even though I think they should. Don't you see you become the Morgan Freeman of the Girls Frontline universe? I understand what you're saying there. It'd be too much V8. Yeah, they're having a hard enough time doing it in their own language. And Japanese. But I feel like it's the right thing to do, especially if they want to maintain a global audience. Not maintain. They're going to maintain the global audience, hopefully. But if they want to grow bigger, they should really consider the English dub. What character would you play? Would it be wrong for me to say I would want to play the commander? But if I want to do like a half a supporting role, I would want to be Kruger. Raymond doesn't exist. You can't play Raymond. Carter? The Carter doesn't exist. You know, William is old enough now that I could play him as well. If I really want, like, if this was like a dream scenario, I actually would be okay with playing William. But I think my voice would fit best for Kruger. But as far as like who I would be most in sync with emotionally, it'd be the commander, I would say. Let me check the time. Yeah, okay. The evil grunt voice. You think they should do an RCCB anime? I think it'd be a fantastic anime, but it should be a movie. I don't think there's enough content for it to be an anime show. But if they make it a movie, I think it'd be perfect. Yeah, I think unfortunately, if someone would to actually make a dub for and try to cast the commander, I'm pretty sure they would want someone with a higher pitched voice than mine. I'm definitely very low pitched, very monotone, normally. Which is why I see myself more of being casted for Kruger. Because Kruger is naturally monotoned as well. Nixon, I appreciate that, but you also think I'm perfect for T-Dolls too, so I'm not sure how I can hold your opinion. They voice you for Ulrin. No. Definitely not. Nah. Honestly, she's already perfect. She just stayed in Japanese. Cast it for AK-15. Actually, it fits better for AK-15, but, you know, Void Masa still sounds feminine. Is a commander older than most self-inserts? Actually, no, actually. Because the majority of people who are playing... Actually, the majority of people who are playing gacha games in general are actually in their 20s and 30s. It's very it's very likely that Commander is in his early or mid 30s. Because he would need time to go through the military academy. And he also served a little bit in the military, like he did actual service for a little while in the military before he left. So the commander should, at best, the youngest he could be is 20. During Gross Frontline 1. Ghost Frontline took place in 2 years. The whole time in Ghost Frontline is 2 years. Well, I should say the commander's story in Ghost Frontline is 2 years. Obviously, there's Operation Butterfly, which was a year before. Yeah, in Ghost Frontline 2, the commander should have a deeper voice, for sure. Or am I getting something wrong? No. Yeah, commander, like I said, early 20s are 35, basically. So it would depend on when he actually did military service. And if it's like the real world, he should be doing military service at the age of 18. And typically for military service, it is at least 2 years. Like even in America, you need to do, like if you join the military, you need to do a minimum of 2 years before you leave. Which is why I think that the commander would be 20 at the start of Ghost Frontline 1. Unless they're suddenly in the League of Child Soldiers, then in that case, he could be 18, maybe. But 2 years is typically the sweet spot for most first world countries. Like for America is 2 years, for Korea is 2 years. I'm not sure how it is in Russia, which will probably be what they would go by, but I'm pretty sure even in Russia is 2 years. Yeah, World War III was pretty bad, yeah. But there's also the fact that he was in military school. So if he was in military school, he might not have been in mandatory conscription. So he might not have been forced to serve. He just had to be in school and graduate military school. They sent you to the front right away. It really depends, because we don't actually know the commander's age when he first met Marina. Marina being his older sister, by the way. Like, he could have even been 10, for all we know. We just know that the commander did not last in the military because he really disagreed with them. He disagreed with the methods. His next of kin was Kalina, right? I don't think he had a next of kin. I'm pretty sure that just went to Kruger. Yeah, it said next of kin, but the commander literally doesn't have next of kin. He just doesn't have one. He has no parents. He has no siblings. The only sibling he had was basically a Bond sister, and she died before he did. Well, quote unquote, did. That somehow the Union did not lose or won. So that goes into the secret files. That's in Not reverse collapse, but bakery girl. She is white. But basically, the Neo-Soviets pushed back NATO. And so they were able to maintain their area. But America themselves weren't really damaged by anything during World War III. It's just that they weren't able to push into Germany and Russia. That was basically it. And then the war suddenly stopped because there was agreement to stop. They did a ceasefire out of necessity. The Readthrough did. Didn't America get nuked a few times? No, they didn't. As far as I know, there has been no information whatsoever about America suffering from nukes during the war. There was nuclear warfare, but the one who got nuked was actually Russia. Yeah, they did. Like, in the ground fight, America was actually not doing that well. Or NATO. I should say NATO, not just America. NATO didn't do that well in the ground fight. As far as the nukes are concerned, I'm pretty sure it was either Russia or Germany. I want to say Russia, though. They got hit by a nuke. That was a noteworthy one. But there's nothing in the files that said that America was ever hit by nukes. Yeah, they did. The Navy warfare was over kind of fast. Those are some dumb kids. Yeah, I wouldn't be totally surprised that America didn't get hit by nukes. Especially in this world, where America has been greatly militarized over the years after the Bailing Island incident. And they became very territorial. The big thing about America is that they had a lot of enemies nearby, pretty much. A lot of infighting, and their borders were always in constant attack. At least going by Cinta story and Project Neurocloud, when she was stationed in America. The border on Texas was always under constant attack. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I was invited out for dinner, and they just told me that they were on their way 10 minutes ago. So yeah, I gotta go get ready and go out to dinner with my family. And yeah, we got awesome T-Dolls like Daybreak, and Daybreak is still one of the stronger squads ever to exist. Too bad there's only one of them now. Alright guys, I will see y'all next week. Get hyped up for Helen's stuff. For the Helen event. That'd be great to see. Very, very excited for it. Y'all take care.